Good morning, friends, and welcome. Let's start with a prayer together. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend, beloved God, great gurus, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Sri Yukteswarji, beloved Guru Deva, Paramhansa Yogananda Ji, saints of all religions, we bow at thy feet. We ask thy blessings on this class today and on our lives as we seek to be ever more in attunement with thy will. Om Shanti Shanti. We have a song and then an excerpt from a talk video of Swami Kriyanandaji. Welcome again, everybody.
Master, may thy joy fill our days. O Master, may thy wisdom guide our ways. The time has come for us to see that there's but one reality upon the earth and high above, the truth that all was made from love. A love that calls to us to fly above the hills, above the sky, above the storms, above the pain, a land where peace and laughter reign. O Master, may thy joy fill our days. O Master, may thy wisdom guide our ways. Guide all our hopes and all our dreams, past every glow that only seems, into the light, the inner sun, into the truth that we're all one. Help us to find in every hour, in every thought, in every flower, the joy that spans eternity, the truth that makes us ever free. O Master, may thy joy fill our days. O Master, may thy wisdom guide our way.
He told me I have to lecture. He told me I have to write, edit. He didn't tell me to start communities, but I think that's a part of my mission too. The only reason he didn't say that, I believe, was because he knew that then I'd be thinking in terms of working separately from the organization. It wasn't time yet. But he told me to lecture, I remember especially, because I said to him, "Sir, I don't want to have to lecture." He answered quite callously, I have to say. He said, "You better learn to like it. It's what you have to do." But I realized that it was the right thing for me. Finally, my mission is to find God. And so the outer work that I'm doing is what I need to do to find God. And that, in my case, is that I've been full of doubts for many lifetimes. He told me you were eaten up with doubts. And I don't suppose there's a doubt that anybody could have that I haven't shared. And so I don't have doubts in this life. I haven't really had doubts. but I think I can anticipate other people's questions and doubts and can help them, and it helps me to fix that faith in myself to help them to overcome their doubts. Therefore, it's a part of my mission, which it may not be that of somebody else, to teach other people. But it's also that my guru came with a special mission, and he needed people to help him. I was divinely appointed, and he told me that. He said, "You have a great work to do." And he said that you mustn't disappoint me in that work. I think that I know that he wanted me to help spread his mission. My mission, you can say, is to help him to be known, to help the world to know his teachings, to help the world to know what an important person he is in this world, that I think that his life will have a changing impact on civilization, as Jesus did, as Buddha did, as Krishna did, and so on.
Welcome again, everybody. This is a wonderful topic today, be a willing instrument of the Guru. And I have a beautiful story to start with, that Master had invited one of the disciples to visit him, Yogacharya Oliver Black, and it was pouring down rain, buckets of rain, as I was heard from Swamiji, as the story goes. And Oliver Black was in his room when Master sent someone to tell him, let's go for a drive. And so he thought, why would he want to go out on a day like this? Today it's pouring down rain. But he said, well, he wants to go out, so let's go. So he got his coat on and likely an umbrella, and he went out the door. So the way I've heard it is it wasn't 1 minute before he walked out the door and it wasn't raining anymore. After it had been pouring down rain, the driveway was dry, the car was dry, everything around was dry, and Master was standing there. And he looked at Yogacharya Oliver Black and he said, for you, Oliver. And what happened? Master had, as an instrument of God, he changed the weather. That's an incredible story. And any avatar, anyone who's in tune as a master with God, is a willing instrument for anything to happen through them. And we find in Autobiography of a Yogi, so many things happened around Master's life because he was so willing and open and in attunement with God and the gurus, and many fantastic stories on all the willingness of the great ones to have God work through them. I was thinking of Lahiri Mahashaya raising Rama up from the dead, and Lahiri Mahashaya giving the great blessing to Swami Shrikhteswarji when he was a young disciple with him. And when he Shrikhteswarji gained 50 pounds in one day after having been ill for so long, from just the willingness of the guru and also the willingness of the disciple. And I think of the resurrection of Swami Shrikhteswarji. He came to Master. He was completely open to the will of God, and the saint with two bodies and the levitating saint. And all you have to do is read any page, any story, to see the willingness, the openness, the attunement, the desire to serve God instead of serving yourself. And Master said, I killed Yogananda long ago. No one lives in this temple now but God. And all the masters could have said that. I killed this person. I'm no longer this person and that person. I'm a willing channel of the divine, a willing instrument. And for all of us, that is our goal. It's not to stay cooped up in a body and a personality and a nationality and a name and all your different desires and attachments, is to break out and say, this is not who I am. And how can we do that? Our role is to become instruments of God. The more and more you give of yourself, you share, you think of inspirational ideas of ways that you can help, especially particularly we're talking about our guru's work, but to align yourself with higher consciousness, with higher thoughts, with magnetism, with energy, instead of sinking down, well, I hope things work, into passivity. But being a willing instrument means I want to do it. I want to serve. I want to get up early. I want to teach or whatever it is. I want to play the harmonium. I want to help people. I want to get out of my little self. I'm not important. Repeat it to yourself. God is important. What He wants me to do in my life is important. And I used to think before I came to Ananda, that I was important, my life, my meditation, my whatever it is. And I just was so grateful to Swamiji to break that thought of selfishness. What about me? Well, what about you? The only importance in our life is God. And so to be able to open ourselves and share with people, what a joy you find in sharing, and sharing, talking with someone who needs help, or messaging someone who you know someone just passed in their family, or just going to the satsang and praying for the leader, the teacher, the acharya, and helping with the chanting, or being with the kirtan group, or bringing the flowers, or helping to set up the temple. Or honestly, it's the thing that makes me the most joyful, is doing that myself and seeing other people who are open and interested in serving. Master said the channel is blessed. Your whole life, your family, everything is blessed by opening yourself as a channel. To be in tune with me, Master said, to help my work, to serve my work. And I look at the lives of the masters, even with Master, when he came to Swami Srikteswarji, and he was blessed with that deep experience of cosmic consciousness, of samadhi. Just afterwards, Swami Srikteswarji he said, fetch a broom. Let's sweep the balcony floor. Don't get over drunk. And I see people with I don't do this. I don't want to serve. I don't want to. Well, you're missing half the path, I would say, if you're not serving. And then Master told Swami Srikteswarji, because he told him, you need to help other people. And Master as Mukunda, well, he became Yogananda at that point. And he said, well, I don't want to be a leader, because a leader is always, nobody ever likes him, is always wrong, no matter what. And he said, well, his guru said, do you want to have everything for yourself? Where would you be if others had not given their life, their energy, their ideals, their magnetism, their blessings, their grace to you? Where would you be? And then Master said, okay, I understand, sir. Then he had that beautiful prayer he came up with about, may thy love, Divine Mother, shine forever on the sanctuary of my devotion, and may I be able to awaken thy love in all hearts. That's when he formed that prayer. And he ended up going to America for 32 years. Good heavens, and teaching. He left his country. You can't even say his country, but he left. He went across the seas to America, and he lived there. He only came back once to India. 32 years he was serving God, serving his guru, teaching thousands, setting up centers. This is, we have to look at the examples that we have. And for Lahiri Mahashayaji, Babaji told him when he had him up in the Himalayas and blessed him in that golden palace, gave him Kriya. He said, now you go back and serve. What a wonderful example. Go to your family, go back to your wife and your children, go back to your job, and show that this is the model. Service where you are, not leaving everything. It's not our model to leave and roam by the Rome by the Ganges. Our model is to help people, to serve our Guru, to be an instrument of light and a channel of light. Thus, Lahiri Mahashaya came down from the Himalayas and he brought Kriya to the whole world. That one person, Babaji through him, and then through everyone, he gave Kriya Yoga to all who humbly asked. Wow, that's what Babaji said. And I look at Swamiji's life, as Master said to him, your life will be one of intense activity, and meditation was put second. Intense activity. We have a work to do. He told Master told him, you have a great work to do. And then the Rajasi Janakananda said to Master, and Master will give you the power. Wow, he will give you the strength. And I was there one day at a satsang of Swamiji's. He looked out at all of us, hundreds of us, and said, and you all are part of that strength. And I think when Master told Swamiji, you mustn't disappoint me, you mustn't disappoint me, I think he was saying it to all of us, you mustn't disappoint me. We have a work to spread. Even if you can't leave your house, just through praying for other people, spreading the light, rub your hands together, lift them up and pray that the light spread. And you see how Swamiji wrote 150 books. I mean, he was busy. He was busy. He wasn't sitting on the couch with the remote. And he wrote 400 pieces of music and he lectured to thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Master's teachings, what are we doing? We have to get engaged and serve. And he served his guru for over 60 years in Europe and America and Australia and many countries. And of course, then he came to India. And then we know Nayaswami Jyotishji, when for Ananda, he came to Swamiji, the first member of Ananda, he came to Swamiji in San Francisco at Swamiji's apartment. And he knocked on the door and asked him, can I meet you? And all, and Swamiji said, yes, come in. Would you like to help me with a project? And Nayaswami Jyotish said, oh, yes. But he said he didn't know it was going to last. His whole life was service, 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 service of the Guru's work. And then just think about it, all the wonderful souls of Ananda worldwide. But I was thinking, when the forest fire went through and burned down everything in the community, I think except for maybe 2 of the houses, then just a few months after that, I mean, people were able to deal with the situation, but then Swamiji takes a lot of people. I don't know the number. I came 2 years later on a nationwide tour in America. He didn't say, oh, just stay at your house and fix everything. I mean, let's get out and serve. Let's get out and help people. Let's get out. And that helped to rebuild the community and bring many people there. And then Swamiji, of course, he came to India. I was there at the beginning. I saw him every day. He was making 10 video talks for Sadhana channel, Asta channel. He was getting on television, TV programs. He made one for every day of the year. And he was at every day 10 programs. And he was 77 years old when he came here. You get a young person here, they don't want to do anything. I don't really understand. Then we set up a gift shop and set up centers, and Swamiji had us going around lecturing, and he was lecturing. And near the end, his last talks, he couldn't even walk by himself out onto the platform, the dais. He had to be helped. He couldn't stand. He had to sit. He couldn't sing anymore. His voice wasn't good anymore. But as soon as he got there, he didn't care how old he was. And he was in his 80s by then, going on late 80s. He just, as soon as he sat down, he started talking about Master. Boom, that energy, the power, the strength of the Guru filled the whole auditorium. Sometimes with 3,000 people there. I was there, I witnessed it. So we all need to do our part. praying for people, meditating, sending out light through your meditation, through Kriya, doing healing prayers, chanting, going to the kirtan, get to the centers and pray and meditate and have satsang with people. Bring whatever you can, the flowers, the prasad, give however you can monetarily to help the work, help the centers grow. Start a meditation group at your house, whatever you're able to do. But the point is, we all have to serve our guru's work. Passivity, sitting silently, not doing anything, isn't serving unless you're really in your heart putting out prayers and energy. I love this one statement of Swamiji's where he said in one of his letters, stand up and be counted. That's a wonderful phrase. Stand up and be counted. I am a disciple of Paramahansa Yoganandaji. I am serving his work. I am a warrior on this path, and I will be a warrior of light. And as you do that, your whole life is blessed. Your health, your finances, your family, everything is blessed by the service to God through this great line of gurus. And I want to finish with this beautiful reading. This was not a reading, but something I found on YouTube. Someone shared it with me from a Sunday service, a Sunday satsang that was given here in India a few weeks back on how to overcome suffering. And you never know who you're touching, how many people you're touching, whatever it is. We have chants in Hindi online that we chanted so anybody can listen to them. Any language you'll be able to get something from it, but particularly the Hindi students and all the various ways, online community, home study. It just, how can we serve? How can we help? How can we bring light? And so this person wrote a comment after watching the YouTube talk. I am in Ukraine, lost my job, lost my home. I have no money. I've been stranded and prayed for years for divine provision in vain. Felt like it got worse as I prayed. Everything is falling apart. But this message really uplifted me today. I've been asking Master and the saints of all religions this very question of overcoming suffering, and all I ever got was silence. Now I fully understand. Thank you, Masters. Thank you, Christ. I know you will come through for me at the right time. This is the importance of serving the Guru, of helping people, of being a channel for God and the Master's light. Today itself, just ask yourself, what can I do? What more can I do? How can I serve my Guru and mankind? God bless you all. I'll ask Nitendra to join me on the screen now.
Thank you so much, Dhyanaji. We have three questions, Dhyanaji. The first one is that I feel that serving for my guru also takes time from my own sadhana. So should I focus on my own sadhana first and only later then I become the instrument?
I found that as I serve, I meditate so much better. As if I don't serve, then I'm always worried about my own meditation, which is ego and selfishness. You need the balance. Master said clearly of this path of seva helps your meditation, meditation helps your seva. And so you need both. And honestly, a person at the beginning can't meditate that well anyway. So better to find some way to serve, and it will improve your meditation. I hope that is clear, because I know some people say that they're just meditating, but are they? I mean, really, you can have a dynamic, deep clear, focused, concentrated meditation, if you can get the energy flow going, get Master's power flowing through you, sometimes at the end of the day, after a long day of doing so many things, I'll sit and meditate thinking, oh, I'm so tired, I don't know if I can meditate. I sit there and then boom, the power's there because it's been coming all day, filling you up, filling you up, filling you up. Then when you sit to meditate, it's still there. So let's not get confused and think we can meditate. I'll ask this question, who's really meditating anyway? The guru's power and God's grace is what's happening as you meditate. It's coming into you. So do the techniques, of course, but what Seva does for meditation is opens you up wide. Then you can meditate much deeper.
Thank you, Dhanaji. The next question is, how can I find out what is my role in serving our guru's work? Is it like what is given to me, or should I be doing more?
Now, this is a good question because some people, they say, oh, I'm serving, but they're not really serving. Or they take the credit for something somebody else has done. They say they served, but they didn't serve. I would say the most beautiful thing that I ever saw in service was in Gurgaon after a Kriya, where I saw all the new people picking up, cleaning the temple afterwards, getting their rose petals and whatever. I just thought it's so beautiful. So you have to just feel what is pleasing to God, not what's pleasing to yourself. Not now I'm a teacher and I've been waiting for that certificate now. I've got it. Where are my students? This is completely wrong. We're servants. We serve a teacher is a servant of the others. It's not look at me, put me on a pedestal. And honestly, I've seen a lot of it. I've seen too much of it. And so, best to ask someone who you respect, how might I help? Until you really get more clear and out of your own ego, how might I help? And if they tell you come and set up the chairs for the satsang, set up the chairs. I have people say, no, I don't set up chairs. So, I mean, you have to be trained to do seva properly. So, understand what, just ask someone else, how might I help? And don't change the job. Just whatever it is, do it and do it with joy. I did so many things. We'd start in Italy at our new center, which was a huge hotel that we purchased. And you had to show up. It was so gunky, if you know that word, dirty everywhere. We put on a trash bag, just cut it the head and put the trash bag on. Put something on your head. And that went on for a month. Go in there and clean, scrub the floor, scrub the wall, paint, get over there, get in the bathroom and scrub it, And these are the ways you learn how to serve. And so probably everybody you know from Italy that worked there in America, that's what we did to serve, to get those places set up. So the same energy needs to be at the centers here. Come build the work, build the vibration. Whatever needs to be done, you find, wow. What did I find through doing that? Freedom. Freedom. I don't do this, I do this, I don't want to do this, I don't. No, I can do anything. It doesn't bother me. You know? You come to Ananda for what? To find freedom. And you have many opportunities to get more and more free. So ask the center leaders, ask someone else you might respect, how can I serve? I hope that helps.
Thank you so much, Dhanaji. Yes. The last question, Dhanaji, is that can I also become instrument of our gurus during our daily lives, let's say, while meeting people at work, while driving in family or anywhere else as well?
Yeah, but you don't get the best training there because you do what you want and everybody's trying to make everybody happy and not want to step on anybody's toes. And this person is, they're trying to appease that person and you don't want to rock the boat. And so, if you come into Ananda, that stuff isn't happening, at least for the most part. And when you come in, it's more like it's direct. It's direct. It's not like coddling people and, I'm going to buy my kids more candy so they'll do their homework. And, you know, uh, that's not seva, buying the kids candy so they'll do their homework. You see what I'm saying? And seva is not telling your people who clean your house to clean it better. You understand? So I think you can get kind of lost there. But if you really are in tune, and this takes some time, then yes, you can do it. You can, in everything you do, your vibration is all around the house, it's at your job. If it's a peaceful vibration, if it's uplifting, if it's clean, if it's filled with light, then everybody around you will sense something. People sense that from Swamiji, and the sat will sit with him and ask questions about their family or their spiritual life or whatever. I was talking to somebody the other day, and yeah, at an Apple store, and you must know this, Natendra, because you're up on devices and all. There's 4 Apple stores in India now. So I went to the one here in Pune, and the gal was helping us, and she said, "Well, where are you guys from?" And also we told her, she says, I really am stressed out. I mean, this has happened so many times here. And I said, "Oh, why?" And she said, "I had a baby 9 months ago, and I don't get any sleep." I loved talking to her. It was so natural. And I said, "Okay, just do this. Just breathe with me." I taught her 2 pranayams right on the spot in the Apple store. And she said, "Thank you so much. I feel so much better already." So
Mhm.
yes, you can. You can. And you should have that vibration, not, "Oh, don't talk to me, anybody. I'm not going to look at anybody." Beam it out is what I say. Put your energy out and people will come to you and ask for help. So be an instrument of the gurus, be a channel for master. And you'll find that he will use you. I've been in airports where people ask for help, helping the security guards. You must know that one. I don't have time, but I'll tell it really fast that we were coming from Korea. We were going through the Mumbai airport through security, and a similar story. And the guard woman said, she said, "Well, what are you doing?" And so I told her, and she said, I said, we just came from a wonderful I couldn't say Korea, she didn't understand, meditation class. And she said, "Oh my God, I want to learn that." So I said, "Okay, okay." So 2 minutes, I taught her, not Hong Sa, but just, watching the breath and looking up here. And anyway, that was fantastic. And there was a line of people waiting, but I didn't care. So anyway, so then I came back like 3, 4 months later, me and Jayaji again, after something in Mumbai. I'm telling you, Nitendra and everybody, I still can't believe that. It was another part of the airport, and I was sitting there, and someone says from behind, "Hello, ma'am, hello." And I say this person, a security person, woman. I said, "Yes, is there something wrong? I'm just sitting with everybody waiting for the flight." And she says, "Don't you remember me?" I said, "No, I don't remember you at all." She said, "You taught me how to meditate. Don't you remember?" I said, "Oh my God, really?" And I said, "Are you meditating?" She said, "Of course, now I'm ready for step 2." I said, "Jaiji, do you have the book?" We had the How to Meditate book. He had the book. I got the book. I said, "Here, it's just second class." How did that woman find me? Master, that was the noise over there, but Master wanted her to find me. Isn't that an incredible story? That's a wonderful story to keep in your mind. If you open yourself in that way, the gurus will bring people to you who need help. Wonderful. God bless you all. And thank you, Natindra. Bye bye, everybody. Have a nice day. Bye.